Well, it's a great honor for me. I am very touched. I'm deeply touched by it. I've always had a tremendous fondness for the Bengali people, and to come back to a country that is constantly growing, that is so industrious, that has such fascinating people. And although the history isn't very old in terms of being a new country, it's still quite thrilling to be part of it, no matter how small the degree is. After all, I did shoot a lot of footage during your War for Independence, and I did make a film, but unfortunately it was never released. Well, the 70s was a time in America when people were doing things for each other, not just hitting them over the head. They were trying to be nice, and they were protesting things, and they were trying to help people out. And my wife was busy marching on the Pentagon trying to stop the Vietnam War, and I was making commercials trying to stop the Vietnam War. And then the horrible typhoon came along in 1970, and I did a public service commercial for American television with the help of Jason Robards, the great American actor who did the voiceover for it, and it raised a lot of money. And that was the connection. So when the War for Independence began, I had a relationship, and I thought, well, we were successful then, maybe we could raise money now and try to take care of those 10 million refugees who ran for their lives into India, which was good enough to protect them. And that's what drew me to this part of the world, and that's what I really wanted to do. It was a time of idealism. And you know, I was still young then, and believed in those things, and I still try to. I wish I'd finished the film. I wished it'd been able to raise money, but it didn't. But I had a wonderful experience. I met fascinating people, many of whom I'm still friendly with. Well, I wanted very much to reflect the lifestyle and the culture, the everyday lives. I wanted to show the beauty. I wanted to show the depth. I wanted to be able to look in the eyes of the Bengali people and see those fabulous dark pools that look like they've lived forever. And I wanted to contrast that with the brutality that had been inflicted on them. So I tried to do a mix of both. And I interrupted the flowing rivers and the boats going slowly up the estuaries and the people working the fields and the music with the brutality that they were experiencing and the suffering of the refugees, and how no matter how far the depth of their pain was, how deep down it was, they were so stoic. And that same magic that makes them unique, that makes them Bengalis, was still there. And I wanted to capture that. God, am I a crybaby? I don't get a chance to think about this or talk about this so often anymore. And when I do, I just, it shatters me. I did try to reflect meaning in each person I photographed. I tried not to take cheap shots. I'm not a tabloid reporter. You know, I'll leave that to Rupert Murdoch. I didn't want to be exploitive. And no matter what I shot, I wanted it to have a sensitivity. I wanted it to have artistry. And I wanted to do something as only I could do and only I could feel. And I include the members of my crew. We were all one at the time. Everybody cared. And I was so fortunate to be able to join with a troupe of magnificent entertainers, musicians, artists, unique individuals that could sing a verse and break your heart, could sing a verse and just rouse you in a way that would make you want to fight for your country, for your new country. Magnificent individuals. And we were so lucky to engage them and follow them through their work cheering up and entertaining and doing their palliative deeds, trying to soothe the refugees and cheer the Muktabahini, raise their spirits. It was really thrilling. I mean, living on the back of a truck, not eating very much, but feeling great about it, and feeling like you were doing your part, and trying to keep that idealism alive, just like they felt. And we were just one big group, and it's about as close to heaven as I think I'll ever get. That's not the way I'm headed. It was a thrill, and probably the highlight of my life. But you can always make more money if you try, but you can't always get a chance to do something for your fellows. And no matter what the religion is, how tall they are, how short they are, what color they are, what they believe in, if they're in pain and you can help them out, if they're hungry and you can give them something, I mean, that's what it's all about. And I'm very proud of that. And I'm very happy I was invited back to be thanked in some small degree, although I think this country has been very generous with me. And thank you.